I am Sniper Fox Gaming's brother.
Yeah,
Also, whenever I
burritos.
upload a video, it like sucks my entire Wi-Fi out.
Well, what Wi-Fi are you running on?
That
Prepaid
toaster
internet.
Wi-Fi.
So wait, hold up. Let me get this straight. You're using phone internet.
Basically.
Why? You're not in
Okay.
Texas.
It gotta be in Texas.
Bam. Hold up. I
Alright guys, I'm leaving the chat for now.
Okay.
Up. Goodbye. I am a figment of your imagination.
Yeah, you're such a figment that I can literally walk across the room.
What do you
Open your door and I'll be in your room.
What do you want to ask? Sure. Oh, okay. Same thing, man. Same thing. I'm a figment of your imagination. Watch. Poof. Why did I do that creepy ass laugh? Okay. So, now that that's over with, time to actually sort of play the game. So, my character's name will have to be the liveliest of them all. Male, age, class, let's do this. Burial gift. Yeah, I speak English. Face. Build. Well, this guy's gotta be... I don't like how he looks old. Yeah, we'll do young, I guess. Build, well, he has to have a burly upper body. He has to have that Johnny Bravo body. Yeah, that's cool. He's got to be ripped because I totally look like those guys. Nah, no body hair. Gotta have them Brock Lesnar arms. Blam. Skin color. Well, as his name suggests, yeah, maybe not. Facial details. Age, well, obviously he can't be aged. Yeah, that's what a girl looks like. Being a girl turns you blue. It's a masterpiece. I can see that this is gonna be great. Oh my god. Gotta give it that forehead, that amazing forehead. She's Chinese, so she has to have a nice full set of cheeks. That can be taken sexually, but, you know, take it as you will. This is what the sweatshop managers look like. Woo! Forehead death. Yeah, they need foreheads, man. Protrusion? Maybe. Bridge of the nose. No, that's like totally not right. You know, I think it's beautiful, probably. Give them slanty eyes like me. Just like me, their eyes have to be down hanging with their nose, and the shape has to be like blam. Yes, hello other watcher. Can you watch? And is it over? Eye spacing, well, we all know that them Asian people can't drive, so their eyes must be like dinosaur close. Huh. Oh man, I can see this is gonna be a fun process. Hey, don't hate, just discriminate. Wait, that's bad too, don't do that either. Just don't listen to me. Yeah, this, what the literal fuck? I don't know how I feel. Well, maybe like Micah, or Sniper Fox, or whatever you want to call me. I mean, yeah. You know what, just call me Officer So-and-so. Like, from, Sinister. I think that was the name of the movie. Probably. Nah, you need them cheekbones. You need them strong. Yes, this is the type of shit that I'm into. Like, this girl, guy, yes. It almost looks like they broke their nose and then decided to hold their breath as long as they could underwater. Lips. They gotta be happy. You can't be Asian and be sad. Don't let them suicide rates lie to you. Who cares if they are facts? They are like alternative facts, guys. Yeah, I gotta give them thick lips. You know, I hope, because I don't. Yeah, no, I don't want the chin to be normal. They gotta have that, like, crimson chin. If I'm gonna be honest, it almost looks like they have an erection growing out the bottom of their head. Chin size, obviously, it's gotta be, like, huge. Blam. Jaw. Are you flirting with me? Like, is evolution some sort of, like, new hip way of saying I like you or I like burritos or something? It's fucking perfect. Perfect. You're... maybe I don't like the name, though. What do I gotta do? Gotta give him that anime... that generic anime blue hair. And because, you know, I like my women the way I like my coffee. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. You gotta give him that beard, like... oh my god. I was gonna say that this person's gonna have to have that, like, Lord of the Rings beard, but... I can't even comprehend what this is anymore. Gotta give them thick ass eyelashes. I'm surprised I can see them. They gotta be bright blue. Pupils. I like my eyes. Like I like my... What do I like? This is Lord of the Rings, man. Or Star Wars. They look the same to me, okay? Although I'm sure somebody wants to shoot me for saying that. But it's cool. Yeah, we'll do this, and this, and this. And... actually, we'll go, blam. And blam. Eyeliner. Share. Eyeshadow. Yes. Lipstick. Why? Just why? Oh, tattoo. You can't play Dark Souls without having a tattoo. It's just the rule of thumb. How do I move it? Here we go. Where's it going? There we go. You spin me right round, baby, right round, da 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 da. Perfect. I'm sure orcs like bleed red or blue or maybe yellow. Let's do a custom color. I fucking love Alien vs Predator, so orcs bleed green. Yeah. But something about the name doesn't sit right. And we'll go... Yeah, let's stick with mercenary. Alright, let's do this. This is the character. He sits right up there with Beefcakes, who's a pig man. His mother was a pig, his father was a man, and he uses his jizz to color his eyebrows. But not Tipper Tom. Tipper Tom, he likes the tip. There's just no other way to say it. You ever get the feeling like life is teasing the hell out of you? I do. Man, what's this girly ass shield for? Get out of here. Catch the hands, my boy. Alright. I think this is going well so far. What? He is a feminist. You can tell because of his womanly features. And if Facebook allows boobs, I'm sure that YouTube does as well. Probably. Man boobs. Okay. Let me drink my Gatorade. Look at him deeply in the eyes and let him know what I think of him. You, sir, are a bitch. Yeah, what do you think of that? Free heads. Okay. You're awake. Yo, girlfriend. Drop it like it's hot. I don't listen to Exhibit, but it's cool. Oh shit. Don't be rusty. Don't be rusty. That all you got? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, we can talk this out, man. We can talk about this. Okay. Okay. Woo! Okay, what do we got here? I know what this is, but I'm just acting like I don't. A broken sword. Ah! Man, fuck this weapon. Let's get the real weapon up in here. I'm a fucking pro. Let's do this. Where are you? Let's test this. Is that all you got? Okay. Okay. Fuck. Clearly I underestimated the power of Sunny D, so I'm gonna need a shield. Let's forget that I said that this was for, like, bitches, like, not even 10 minutes ago. Okay. Man, I love Subway. What's Subway have to do with this? I don't know. Did you just talk to your... Yes. I'm gonna fight the best cartoon character of all time, Samurai Jack, because this is good enough of a distraction. Okay. Look, man, I didn't mean to steal your lunch money. Uh, when's the last time I drank something? That wasn't alcoholic. I was drinking tea earlier, but I forgot that I had it. Bye. Oh no! Come on, just let me get my souls back, guys. I want to touch the souls. Maybe. Maybe I should, like, use a different weapon. You know what's the best part about video games? Video games are like eons better than, like, I don't know where I'm going with this. But you know, I'm a real G. I got me, my waifu, and my video games. That's all a real Asian needs, because that's the gangster way of living, you know? I have no idea where I'm going anymore. Why can't I use this weapon? Yeah, just shut up. I don't care, lady. Unless you're secretly a dude under there, and then shut up. I don't care, dude. Alright, see ya, Lord Hashirama. I'll probably play some more Dead by Daylight in the morning. Or as my favorite video game character said, Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. Well, I only need 11 to wield the weapon, so let's put the last of it into HP. Yeah. Ow. I can't even count that high. It's up the sky sometimes. Did I turn off the music volume for this area? Or is there no music for this area? Camera speed, music. Oh yeah, that's right. I turned all the sound effects down for last time I recorded the game. High wall of laughter. It's really hard to take this character seriously. You know, there's a reason why I never play this game. There's a reason why I don't really talk in my videos to begin with, actually. I don't really find what I say interesting, nor do I know what to say. And something that I always wonder, how can someone who writes music and poems and all sorts of stuff not be able to handle a basic conversation with themselves? Yeah. And I like petting cats because that's awesome. What up, Grill? Come here, Grill. I'm gonna show you my katana. Are you gonna attack me? Thank you. Okay. I'm flabbergasted. I really am. I forgot that I gave him this old man voice. Can I? Can I really be the hero that this game needs? Or am I Tipper Tom, the destroyer of worlds? Okay, I underestimated. Okay. That didn't take very long. I want to break my sword. Because my in-game sword looks like the sword that I have in real life. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No sexual innuendos here, guys, I swear. Because here at Sniper Fox Gaming, we are only the classiest. Just remember, guys, you can be whatever you want to be. Because that is the way of... That's my Nindo way, yeah. Totally Naruto. If Naruto was... Well, I guess he is Asian, huh? If he wasn't a protagonist, there we go. Now I'm gonna teach you guys some of my life lessons on picking up girls. Or guys, if you're into that thing. It doesn't really matter which, and I don't care which. You want to look them deep in the eyes, and you want to say, I really like you. And they're gonna look at you and say, who the hell are you? I don't even know. I haven't even seen you until today. And that's when you look at them straight in the face and say, I am the mailman. I come to your house several times a week, drop my package in your box. If you cannot see how intimate of a level things are on, you really need to reconsider and reevaluate things. Unless you've been seeing the UPS man. And you know, 5 out of 10 times this will get the living shit slapped out of you. But that's not important. That might be the goal, to get slapped. That used to be my goal in high school. Like, my goal when I was in high school was to be as socially awkward as possible. And to make as many people uncomfortable as I can. Like, one of my old pickup lines was, yo, girl, you got legs, I'm fucking dead. Yeah, as I was saying, my go-to pickup line as a 16-year-old male was walking up to some random girl that went to my school, and I'd be like, yo, girl, you got legs, I have legs, how about we dance our way out of here and we go on a date? Or, yo, girl, you got a pulse, I got a pulse, we should go out. We have so much in common. Oh. Well, there goes my souls. I can't blame them though. I'd die too if I had a fucking arm break off into my asshole. Now, ironically enough, the relationship, my longest relationship, the thing that actually started it at the time was I joined a chat room. I was playing my PlayStation 3. I joined a chat room that my friends invited me to, and we were talking about something. I remember trolling them, talking about someone said their mom was dead, and I was like, yeah, you know, your mom was really good. She knows how to give good skull, if you catch my drift. And so everybody was freaking out, and I decided while they're freaking out, I'm gonna go get some OJ, because I fucking love OJ. And so I come back, and I'm like, hey, who missed me? And everybody was like, hey, go fuck yourself, get out of the chat. And there was just this one random person who was like, me. Now, me at the time, being a player and was jumping back and forth from girl to girl, was like, oh, that's cool. But, yeah, that's about how it goes. Now, so, you know, I was like, that's cool. You know, I am happy that you enjoy my company enough to miss me, but I don't know you like that. So, I can't miss you, but maybe in time. So, yeah, about not even 24 hours pass, and I decided to send this person a friend request. Well, we start talking, and we continue talking for a while. I'm not doing a very good job at focusing because I can't talk and focus very well at the same time. But basically what happens is we talk for about a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month. Yeah, I cannot focus and talk at the same time, so expect to see like 6 more of these deaths. It's really sad because I can actually speedrun this game. But, or could. I'm rusty. But, anyways. I decide to invite her to a video chat. And I had my cat with me. And so I'm laying on bed in the car, video call, so I'm petting my cat. And just out of the blue, I realized that the chat, the call that I was in went silent. So, yeah, she fucking hated me that day. Primarily because the only thing that she thought was, man, I wish I was that cat. At least according to what she told me. You know, cats are pretty cool. I would want to be a cat too. but I don't think that she wanted to be the same type of cat that I was petting. Or maybe she did? I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. But I do fucking love OJ. Not Simpson, because, you know, that guy's a guy, and I don't really like other males, but, you know, it is cool. Needless to say, yeah, that lasted 6-7 years. You know, despite the relationship lasting 6 or 7 years and it ending, it really helped me realize some things, like love doesn't exist. Someone will only tell you they love you to make you feel better, even if they know that the emotion that is supposed to be behind those words isn't there. And the thing that makes a real relationship, something that makes a real relationship is, sure, people love each other. And even if love is real, I don't believe that it lasts. So it's about finding someone who will put up with you and all your faults. Someone who, even after the lovey-dovey time period runs out, they'll stay there because they made a commitment. And because a commitment means more. At least to me, a commitment, a promise means more than anything. And you shouldn't make a promise you can't uphold. Because when people do that, people get hurt. And the only thing that this has really helped me realize is that I thought I was a monster because I didn't feel anything. When my ex and I broke up a little while back, I thought I was evil, that I was the Antichrist, because I didn't feel anything when the relationship ended. I thought maybe I just knew it was coming. But saying it aloud, it just makes it feel so much more permanent. Saying what I'm thinking aloud just help me realize how sad I really am. She... growing up wasn't either. I've seen a lot of things that a kid shouldn't have to see. I've done a lot of things that a child shouldn't have to do. And because of that, I hated the world. And the girl I was with before, my ex, we'll say ex, we'll call ex my first girlfriend period. We'll call her Jess for just to keep her name private. And we'll call the girl that I recently ended the relationship with Kenny. Yeah, there we go. Now, okay, XB will be Margaret. Actually, yeah, because that sounds a lot better than what I was thinking. Jess was a girl who was beautiful. She was dark skinned, she had a small build, and she was really cheery. But all that cheeriness was a lie. Sure, she was beautiful, but she built everything up in the relationship I had with her and tore it down, made me believe that she didn't love me because I was the one in the wrong, because I wanted to spend time with her, because I wanted to do things that couples did. And when I did, when she'd give me the chance to do these things, it wasn't good enough. She'd make me feel like I wasn't good enough because I couldn't afford to do a lot of super expensive things. I couldn't afford to take her to places that, like fancy places or anything like that. But every time she hurt me, then she would tell me that she loved me and that she didn't mean it. And then one day out of the blue, mind you, me and Jess went to school together. And instead of breaking up with me face to face, she decided to do it through a text message. She couldn't even do it in a call or in school to my face. No, it was in a text message. Why? And I blamed myself for years that because the way she made me feel like I was never good enough, I blamed myself for years. But I made the mistake of letting it control the way I felt, the way I thought. And that carried over into my relationship with Margaret. Margaret was I'm not going to get into detail, but Margaret's ex-fiance that she was with before me was abusive. I'm not going to say in what way. That's too private. And I'll leave that up for your interpretation. But despite her being broken and her becoming an alcoholic, or had become an alcoholic before I met her, without her telling me what happened, I decided to shoot her a message and ask her what's wrong. And she told me, what makes you think something's wrong? And I told her, I just know. I can feel that something's wrong. I understand that something's wrong. And I know I don't know you. But deep down inside, even though you're giving no hints, you're showing no signs, that is what tells me something's wrong with you. Something happened to you and something's holding you down, making you unhappy. Even while you're sitting here trying to pretend like everything's okay. And when I said that, she decided to tell me what was wrong. So we went out for a while, and things started to surface, like the fact that I felt like Jess was probably the best person I've been with. Not really understanding that she was manipulating me and making me feel that way until Jess could get what she wanted from me. And once she did, I was nothing to her, and she did this several times. So, you know, me being a stupid teenager, I dwelled on this, and I dwelled on it for a really long time. I actually didn't get over everything until shortly after I turned 21. And you know, the thing is I don't try to pretend that I've never done anything wrong. I've made mistakes. I'm human. I understand that the way that I treated Margaret sometimes wasn't the best, and I understand that it wasn't fair to her. But these are things that only someone who was watching from her end would know. People say that people like to act like men are the only people who can be abusive in relationships. For everything that I've done, I can promise you, Margaret did something bad to me as well. Because I'm not the type of person to get angry. I'm not the type of person to just lash out on someone for the sake of lashing out on them. If I'm arguing with someone, it's because there's a good reason. And You know, it was childish of me for every time she decided to hurt me, I decided to hurt her. Because I, despite wanting to be the change in her life and had helped her give up alcohol and had helped her get over her depression, I couldn't let go of the fact that no matter what I did, no matter what I said, she believed that she wasn't good enough for me. Even at a point where there was a point where I was really low in life, and it was about 2 years ago roughly, I did a lot of really bad things. Things that I can't really talk about. To put it short, I got really addicted to some drugs. I'm not gonna say what drugs, but drugs. And me and Margaret were apart for about 6 months at this point. Well, about a year ago. Yeah, a little over a year ago, she decided to come back into my life at a time where I was at my lowest, at a time where I didn't know who I was, because I was so unhappy with myself and the person that I became that I honestly didn't know if I wanted to be alive anymore. But because she pushed me to give up those things, and I did. I quit smoking. The only thing I do now is occasionally drink. I might go to the bar once every 2 weeks and have a beer and a shot. And my alcohol tolerance is so low, and my weight probably doesn't help me, being only 100 pounds. It doesn't take a lot for me to get tipsy. It doesn't take a lot for me to get drunk. But, you know, I quit drugs. I quit smoking because she wanted me to. Because I knew that, even though she didn't say it, I knew that she would have wanted me to not do those things. And I tried to find myself, but the person who I believed was me, the person who until maybe 2 weeks ago I thought that I was, I believed I found myself shortly after finding her coming back to me. I believed that I understood the way that I wanted to be, the way that I felt like maybe if I didn't get attached to people so easily, I wouldn't be disappointed when they left me. That if I gave up on feeling emotions and only focused on what I believed was right, what I believed was important to me, then that's all that mattered. But what's it matter if you find a way that makes you happy if no one else likes you? And then when you have nothing, but when you have nothing because you have a heart problem that really prevents you from doing a lot of things, and you just are basically stuck in your room or in the house basically all day because a walk up the street is enough to fucking kick my ass. So I'm stuck either writing, playing video games, or doing something, but the problem is all these things leave me too much time to think. And when I think, that's when I start to realize that the person that I thought that I was, the person that I thought that I could live with being, was just something that I made myself believe, because I'm not an emotionless person. I care about every last person that has a good heart, that has a good soul. I believe that there's good in almost every person. Sure, my beliefs when it comes to religious things is jacked up, but that's because a lot of religions are like, hey, if you're Christian, or if you're not a Christian, you're going to hell. If you're not Jewish, you're going to hell. If you're not whatever, you're going to hell. And I have friends that don't believe in Christianity. I have Jewish friends. I have Christian friends. I have friends that are Muslim. And the person that I am cannot believe in that type of thing, because if we are all made by God, why would he turn someone down? And because of this, there have been many arguments, not just between me and family, because I grew up in a highly Christian household, but also in my relationship, because my ex-fiance, Margaret, was Christian. But the funny part is she didn't decide to be Christian until, like, this is the funny part, she didn't decide this until I told her that I do believe that there's something out there, because the probability of life being sustainable is very low. And even then, even if the universe is infinitely expanding, sure, then the possibility of one, or less than one I should say, is still really high, because one in an infinite amount of space makes it where there's guaranteed for it to happen again. But you know, there's something. But then there comes the problem of, who am I? What am I? Yes, I'm human. Yes, I'm male. But my gender and my species doesn't really explain what I am, or who I am, I should say. And this is It's kind of like an Oreo cookie. You see what's on the outside, you can see what's on the inside, but the inside and the outside are two different things. One is a literal like cookie, and inside the pastry, right? Well, where was I going with this? I actually had a point when I said it. Anyways, maybe it's a bad example. Screw the example. It's like being one way on the outside because you feel like you're supposed to act that way. You feel like society and family and friends expect you to act a certain way, and so you do. But that's not who you really are, and that's not who you want to be. But because of the way things are, you can't be who you want to be, or at least you can't without negative repercussions. You know, I'm a very depressive person. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I can't really show it, and that's partly why I decided to do that's partly why I decided to do YouTube, because yeah, you people don't know who I am. You people don't care who I am. So I can talk freely. I can say what I think, what I feel, joke around, have fun, because I know at the end of the day you people don't care who I am. My problems aren't your problems, and everybody has to deal with their own stuff, and I understand that. But it's just the luxury of me being able to come on here, vent, have a good time, and for small periods in my life feel like I'm being who I am. That I'm able to express the way I feel, and you know, it's nice, and it sucks because I know that I can express what I feel all I want, but realistically my channel is so small that none of my videos matter. They're just here for me to have something to do. They're here for me to waste my time on because I have nothing better to do with my life, and I'm dead. And even more so to the fact, the biggest fear I have, well, this is even more so of a problem because of my heart condition. My heart condition actually could potentially cut my life in half. Like, the amount of years that I can live tops in half. So realistically, I'll probably be lucky if I live to my 50s. And that's cool, whatever, I don't care. But me being a very emotional driven person, me being a very love driven person, it's hard for me to feel complete when I'm alone, because I know that I'm really broken. I know that I have a lot of problems, and I know that I'm extremely weak even when I try to pretend that I'm strong. know, that's the thing. I don't like letting people know how weak I really am, because in this world, being weak is asking for trouble. If you can't stand up for yourself, if you can't stand for yourself, then nobody's gonna want to know you. I'm not even allowed to take medications due to an issue I had with overdosing, and quite often and on purpose. So, believe it or not, I do not take medications for the way I feel, even though I know that I need them. But at the same time, I'm glad, because I feel like the medication was suppressing who I am. Somebody who sees me when I was taking it was only seeing a mask that the medication made for me. I didn't get the choice to act, or I guess be the way that I felt I truly am. You know, I mean, between the OCD and the ADD, I can be quite a handful sometimes. But a vast majority of the time, I've spent so much of my time alone that I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of not being able to be with another person. And I'm just such a calm person that I get along with most people's personalities, even if I don't get along perfectly well with everyone. I think I get on at least decent with people, which is really funny because I have such bad social anxiety that I hardly talk if I'm more in a group bigger than like 3 people. But again, here on the internet, yeah, sure, there could be 20 people watching, or 100 or 1,000, but I can't see you guys. You guys aren't here, so I don't have that social build-up. But then there's the fact that I always, in a way, have that social build-up when on here, because I feel like I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm not entertaining, and that's what I want to be. I want to be entertaining. I want to bring smiles to people. I want to be some sort of I want to be something that I want to be something that I didn't have the luxury of having to other people. I want to be that positive influence. I want to be, in a way, I know it's gonna sound childish, but I want to be like a comic book hero. I want to make impact. I want to I don't only want to make an impact on random people, but I want a chance to have what I can't. You know, nobody in school ever wanted to be my friend, because everybody in school was afraid of me. Why they were afraid of me, I couldn't tell you. But everybody was afraid of me, so I had no friends. I was rejected by my mother for having mental disabilities, and now in life I'm being rejected by my mother again because I'm not giving her a bunch of attention, even though she should know by now that I don't deal well in situations that require me to do a lot of talking or involve in a lot of people. I'm not a touchy-feely person, unless it's with my partner, but as of right now, I don't have that, so I'm kind of on this aimless path, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do. I just know that I'm alone. And after being with someone and spending most of your life with someone for 6-7 years, she was the type of girl who wanted me to be in contact with her almost 24/7, and so I spent most of my time alone with her. And now I don't know how to handle people. I don't know how to really handle a relationship where I have freedom or time to myself. And honestly, I can't say that I want that. I can't say that I like the idea of having freedom, because when you've lived one way for so long, you get so used to it that anything but that type of lifestyle makes you afraid. It makes you not want to keep going on because it's not what you're used to. But the one thing that I think that probably is bugging me the most is I have a child that I've never met, and I can't meet her. She's 3 years old now, and Margaret lost custody because she was, at the time, or actually still is, considered unstable. But that's not the bitch of the situation. The situation goes deeper to the fact that she told me she miscarried. So my daughter's getting ready to turn 4, and I didn't even know about her until about 6 months ago. But there's really not anything I can do about it. Somebody else has custody of my kid. I've never seen my kid, and even though I probably could do something about it, I realize that I'm not in a situation where I can financially support a child. I'm not in a situation where I could give her the type of life necessary for a child. But the people that do have custody are, to put it bluntly, of money, and could easily provide a better life than I can. So I gave up any wants or needs, or put my own personal feelings aside, because I know that what I want isn't what's best. But then in lies the problem that I tore myself apart. I almost took my own life when I found out that, or when I was told that she miscarried. I became a heavy drinker, and I started doing bad things. Not at that point in time, I was so depressed that I was self-harming, and I was doing drugs and anything to make the void in my heart go away. honestly, that's all my life is trying to figure out how to fill this void in my heart. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna get by. That's every day for me, just trying to figure out what stupid thing am I gonna cling on to this time to make me feel like I should be here. You want my honest answer to the solution? My answer is jumping from girl to girl to girl. Like I did when I was a teenager, but that's not what I want. I don't want to go back to jumping from person to person, but it's the only thing. I'd rather be temporarily loved by someone who doesn't actually love me but makes me feel that way. And then let this void eat deeper and deeper into me. Of course, the goal in the end is to find someone that understands me and someone that I at least like. Someone that makes me happy. I don't want to live that life anymore. I don't want to live that life where I don't know what tomorrow will bring, or what stupid petty thing I'm gonna find to make me feel like I have purpose. Despite me and Margaret falling out, it'd be all but foolish of me to deny that there is no bond, there is no feeling. Despite all the things that we've done to each other, despite the fact that at this point in time, I can't do anything without being the bad guy to her. I can't be caring, I can't be protective. If I cannot be it's not like I tell someone, you can't do this because I said so. I don't like said person, he gives me a weird vibe. You can do what you want, but I'm telling you that I personally don't think that you should hang out with said person. And the reason why I say it like that is because there have been people that I didn't like that she cheated on me with. I was like, hey, I don't like this person. I don't think you should hang out with them. And then come to find out she was cheating on me with that person. Or in another case, someone that I used to go to high school with gave me a weird vibe and he turned out to be a pedophile. So it's not like I just say things to say things. It's my brain's like scattered, but I know what I want to say. I know what I think, and everything that I say has a reason, even if I don't know what that reason is, because I'm a reasonable person. I believe that everything you say, everything you think, has a reason behind it. There is nothing in life within our human lives that can't be explained. Someone who cheats on their partner is probably the worst person. And different situations call for different things. Because, okay, I was hanging out with Jess. Me and Jess were friends for a while after the initial breakup, or actually like a year or two after the initial breakup. So I invited her over, and we're sitting there and we're playing some video games. And then out of nowhere, blam, she's kissing me. And I'm like, what the fuck? This isn't right. This isn't my partner. This isn't the person that I'm with. So I ended the situation. I was like, look, you can't do this. I'm with someone. You can't come to me and express your feelings to me, because I know you're lying to me again. You're just trying to get under my skin. You're trying to work your way back in. And I was right. But that's not really the point of this. The point is, okay, so she came on to me, she kissed me, but I know how I am. I understand that I can come off as a flirty person even if I'm not. Like, I don't try to be flirty, I don't try to be mean, but from what I've been told, that's how I come off sometimes. But to me, I feel like I'm just talking normal, so I can understand that maybe there might have been some mixed signals. But anyways, so I tell Margaret, hey, so-and-so kissed me. So what does she do? She ignores me for the entire week that's leading up to Christmas Day. And then after Christmas, I find out that because this girl kissed me and she doesn't like that girl, even though she never asked me to stop talking to them, and I wasn't going to because she's friends of her ex. And I don't do that whole double standard shit. If you tell me to do something, you gotta do the same. Girls can't walk around topless, so I don't walk around topless. It's fair, it's equality. And especially in a relationship, equality needs to be exactly that. It needs to be equal. You know, you can't just be like, hey, I don't like your friends, so don't have friends, but then you have friends. But regardless, yeah, she had sex with her fucking friend on Christmas Day because my ex kissed me. And I've said it once, well, not in this particular video. Actually, I've never said it in a video, but I've said it to myself. It is so hard to love me. That's all I want. I want someone to understand me and care about me. I want someone to understand that I don't understand myself. I want someone to understand that I make mistakes and that I have made mistakes, but I'm constantly trying to be a better person. Because any girl who could love me I'm at the point where I feel I don't deserve to be loved. Because what everybody says about me, what everybody seems to think of me, if 20 people are saying it, it must be true, right? You know, some days I wake up and I'm fine. Other days I wake up and I just don't want to be alive. But the days used to be pretty consistent. More days I'd wake up and be happy than days where I'd wake up and want to be dead. But it seems like lately that driving force that makes me want to be around isn't here. Because I don't know what I want anymore. I don't know what I should feel. I don't know if I wonder if maybe I'd just be better off not being around. Like, would life be better for the people around me if I wasn't in it? I wouldn't actually do anything because I'm not at that point. I still have fight left in me, but how long can someone fight? How long can someone call out to be saved before they realize that no one's coming to save them? You know, there's quite a few points in this conversation where I just wanted to break down and bawl my eyes out, but honestly I just am not that comfortable doing it. Knowing that I'm being recorded, talking about myself is something that comes fairly easy, but that's because I've used YouTube as a form of therapy in its own right. So talking about my issues on here makes sense. Talking about my thoughts on here makes sense. I think that not only is it a good way for me to vent my problems, but a way for me to explore my creative side and whatnot. But one thing that I will not do is I will not cry on camera. I will not cry knowing that I can be heard and recorded and that people will be able to hear me cry. Because while I am completely open to men, women, of all ages crying. It's just, to me, crying in front of someone is something that you should only do for a significant other or your children, because they are that circle. Your significant other is the one who, at least in my case, because I want to be with a female despite being bisexual, my significant other would be the person who would one day, hopefully, give me that family that I want. That family that I'm longing. It's been my dream since I was like 12, I think. 12 or 13. To grow up and be with someone that loves me and have a family. And that's partly due to the neglect that I had as a child. My father was never home. My mother didn't like me because I had a learning disability, so I spent all my time being neglected, all my time being left alone. And I'm realizing that it's starting to sound like I'm going in circles, but it's just that I know that my lifespan's shorter than a normal person's because of my heart, and I can't wait around forever to have a family. I want to at least, at the very least, live long enough to see my children grow up. But I can't do that if I don't have them. I can't do that if I don't have a relationship with someone that cares about me. Because I would never even think of bringing kids into the world if I didn't know that the person that I'm with is the person that I believe is fit, the person that I believe is capable of raising children without having to put their hands on them. Because there were days where I was beaten until I was fucking bruised from like the middle, like from basically my back all the way down. There were days where I was, anyways, really bad shit. And I don't want to bring children into that type of environment. The person that I'm with has to understand that you can discipline a child without having to lay a hand on them. There's no need to hurt someone. Me being able to take on anywhere between 2 to 4 people in a fight by myself. Me being able to take on 2 to 4 people in a fight by myself. Yeah, I can do it, but I don't like to yell. I don't like to hurt people. I am basically what I call a selective pacifist. I'm only going to hurt somebody if they make me. If somebody takes a swing at me, I can't just sit there and let them beat on me, or they're gonna do it again and again. I don't like killing, I don't like hurting people. And I want to be able to pass these lessons on to, if no one else, at least my family. At least the family that I want to have. Because life is too precious and too valuable just to take away. If I were to end my life tonight, I could potentially take away if I were to end my life tonight, I could potentially ruin somebody's life. I could, in the future, I could potentially say something that could save someone's life or changes somebody's life. But if I'm dead, and that is the case, then that person would then die, that person would then end their life. Or nothing could happen. I could die and everything just goes on and nothing that I could have said or done would have changed anything. Anyways, I've probably been ranting for close to an hour, maybe longer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been ranting for about an hour and a half, actually. So much of a video that this was. I think I'm gonna end the video here. So, I'll cue the video, and I'll see you guys next time.